We want to get to our next guest here, talk about how immigrant communities in the United States are standing up, organizing, doing various things, responding to the incoming Trump administration. I guess it's already here, which of course is promising mass deportations. And we are very, very honored to be joined here by Jorge Torres, who's the National Organizing Director for the National Day Labor Organizing Network, or NDLON. Jorge, thank you so much for being with us.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for the invitation.
Well, great to have you here. And I guess I just wanted to start here first with how you all are responding to the demonization of immigrants, because the way it's presented is, of course, that immigrants are somehow a danger to the country and need to be removed and removed quickly. And I just wonder how you all are responding to that kind of rhetoric.
Nothing has shown that most of the deportations has been because of criminal backgrounds, and in fact, most of the deportation has been in the lower numbers when it comes to the criminal backgrounds. And it has, studies across the history has shown that most of the deportation that had happened in Biden administration and Obama administration, even with Trump administration in 2007, the numbers are low in terms of crime backgrounds the immigrants has had. So it is a racist, is an agenda, is a white supremacist agenda that we all know, and they want to justify by saying that they're going to deport, detain criminals, and we have to be very clear about this. It's just a justification to arrest A and to deport and detain X, Y, and Z, and not just going for A.
I'm curious, Jorge, from your perspective, what is the attitude in the immigrant community right now with regard to the threats from Trump? Is there a sense of fear? Is there perhaps some spirit of defiance?
Yeah, I mean, we've been doing Know Your Rights workshops, deportation defense workshops from the past, I don't know, 2 or 3 months in high speed. But we have always been doing this because this is not just something that is just happening. It's aggressively like that, with a lot of executive orders in terms of deporting and detaining. It has happened. This is the first time that I had seen in my experience working with undocumented community for the past 15 years. But we've been doing these workshops across the in the 24/7, I will say, in the past 2 months. And that is definitely a fear. It's definitely fearness. It's definitely the sensation of like, what should I do if something happens to me? What the hell I'm gonna do? Because no matter how many times you tell the community, do not open the door, you have a right to a lawyer, you have this, you have the right to do this, to not sign any documents. No matter how many times you do that, when the ICE officers comes to your door, is always the fearness of like what's gonna happen, and people tends to act in a different way. So it's definitely fear, and I think like what they are doing is being well done, is basically putting the seed of fear in our communities. But it's also, on the other hand, is also a good way that I've been seeing across the country too, in many different states. The organization is a good way where organizations are working with local other organizations, organizing deportation defense teams, organizing locally. So is yes, is a fear, is a fearness, is like, what should we do about it? But it's also like, what is that we have to do in these terms?
Well, I'm really glad you brought that up, because the next question I wanted to ask you was to talk more about what you all at NDLON are doing and partnering with other organizations to organize communities around the country.
Since the day one that we know that was going to happen, we start organizing comités populares, or popular committees of defensa del migrante, or defending migrants. It is just like anybody that wants to organize locally in your town and your neighbor. Right now, because the institutions are not gonna save us, is even the trust that we had built with local police, sometimes, or immigrants have like built that trust is lost. Like, everybody is just scared about calling the police. We're going backwards 10, 15 years. and it's basically anyone that is that wants to organize a local committee, that wants to organize Know Your Rights workshops, or organize teams in case La Migra or ICE come to your neighbor. That's basically what we're doing, is organize local committees that will defend immigrants in case immigration shows up, so La Migra shows up, so ICE shows up. But more than anything is to create power locally and to create a movement from the bottom up.
So, Jorge, we saw that the National Day Labor Organizing Network mobilized immediately when the fires in LA started. Can you talk about the organization's efforts to help meet the needs of the community in LA?
Yeah, I've been saying that when the government is in a big challenge and they don't show up, the community shows up. We had seen this when we were in COVID, and we had seen this when we were in Hurricane Sandy, and it was basically we day laborers organized fire relief brigades, where they were playing a crucial role in terms of supporting, cleaning, and actually go outside and to the neighborhood of Pasadena and Altadena in Los Angeles, to clean up and to offer their labor, which is the best thing that they have, and humanity, and we have now hundreds of volunteers. And I think this is what community looks like when it comes to these disasters. And it doesn't matter if the neighbor that you are going there and helping, they don't like immigrants or they do like immigrants. Day laborers are not looking to see that if you don't like, and then if you like them, or if you against them, or you want to deport them. Day laborers are there to support, to clean, and to show that we can, with all this hate that we live in this country, we can actually show some love.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was amazing to see that right out, the fire brigades there at NDLON and everyone who rallied to you. And I guess what I want to ask you here before we let you go, Jorge, I think there's probably a lot of people out here watching, wondering, what they can do. They may be undocumented themselves. They may just want to support. Where can they find NDLON? Where can they find resources and how to support?
We have a website. Everything is on our website in terms of if you want to build a local popular committee, the website is NDLON, ndlon.org. There you have all the Know Your Rights materials, all deportation defense materials that we have built. Know Your Rights that we have since the SB 1070 in Arizona. And same thing with the fires. If you want to donate, you want to be part of the volunteers, please go to our website. And also we have our worker center located in 500 and Lake Avenue in Pasadena, California. So you can also go there. We have a list of several items that you can donate. And yeah, so it's basically is a perfect way to stay connected.
Mm-hmm. Jorge Torres, National Organizing Director for the National Day Labor Organizing Network. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Freedom Side.
Thank you so much for the invitation.